Good evening, guys. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you guys?
Good, sir.
So we'll continue the session, guys. Last week I promised we'll have a sister session. I had a discussion with Raghava sir. Uh, he said this week we can have. Might be many people are having exams and are somewhat little bit busy with school works, and he said this week you can have, sir, instead of last week. So might be this week I am planning. Okay, yes, sir. Straight away I'm moving to the topic. I think we are in the middle of the first exercise of the trigonometry. We'll try to complete that first exercise. Anyone tried some numericals from that, guys? Anyone completed? Tried?
Sir.
Yeah. I'm sharing the screen. Hope you can able to see the screen. Please, third question. Please complete the third question, everyone. I will ask randomly someone. Guys, sorry. Anyone tried the question number 3? A wheel makes 360 revolution in 1 minute. Through how many radians does it turns in 1 second? Does it turn in 1 second?
12 pi, sir.
12 pi, sir.
So what he's saying, in 60 seconds, it is rotating 360 into 2 pi radians. So straight away, each revolution, it is completing. We can discuss in many ways. Find out in 1 second how many revolutions.
6 revolutions, sir.
6 revolutions. Each revolution will use the
2 pi.
2 pi.
2 pi into 6.
So in 60, using ratios and proportions also, you can do simply. In 60 seconds, straight away, I am saying 360 into 2 pi radians, it is completing. In 1 second, how much? So 1 by 60 into 360 into 2 pi. So this is per second. In 1 second, how many radians it is turning is 12 pi radians. How many revolutions in 1 second?
6 revolutions, sir.
Revolutions. Super. Because total angle divided by 2 pi will use the 12 pi. Technically, 12 pi by 2 pi will use the number of revolutions per second. 6 revolutions per second. This is how mathematically we can connect. Might be here the numbers are little bit simple. If numbers are not simple, we are unable to understand, just take the ratios and proportions concept from grade 8 and apply. It will be easy to solve. It is one of the easiest method. Next question. Find the degree measure of the angle subtended at the center of a circle of radius 100 centimeter and an arc length of 22 centimeter. Is asking the theta value where all arc length is 22 centimeter and radius is equal to 100 centimeter. How to do this question? What is the length of the arc formula? R theta, where theta should be in radians. He is asking the angle, find the degree measure. So how to convert the degree measure? You have to remember your grade 10 formula. What is the length of the arc in grade 10 formula, guys? Theta by 360 into 2 pi r. Am I right? Here your degree is in degree measure. If this is the formula, your degree is in radian measure. In this case, this is in radian measure. If I want to use the theta as the degree measure, this is the degree measure. So from here, what is the theta value? 360 L by 2 pi r. So 360 into length is 22, 2 pi. 2 into 20 by 2 by 7 into 100. What is the theta in degrees, guys? How much you are getting? Seven into 1.8. How many degrees? Guys, what is the answer? Whether you are getting 7 into 1.8 or any different answer you are getting?
Sir,
12.6.
12 point something, sir.
Sorry?
Sir,
12.6.
2.6 degrees. Suppose the same question, if the same question is asking in radian measure, how you will do? Same question asking, find the degree measure, find the radian measure of the angle.
Sir, theta is L by R.
Theta is equal to L by R, where L is equals 22, R is equals 100. 11 by 10, the answer is 1.1. No,
Sir, 1150, sir.
Sir, 0.22.
0.22 radians. Yeah, directly you can take 0.22, no need to write this one. Yes. This is how you can find the answer either in radian measure or as well as in degrees measure. Only the thing is understanding the question is important, and right formula, using the right formula in some cases is important. In some cases, using the right formula also based on your logical skills will decide how to solve the numerical. Next one is fifth question.
Sir, but instead of writing the degree in decimal, we can write in degree and minute. Minute.
Yeah, you can
Right,
write
sir.
in minute also. It's your wish. If he is not asking you compulsory write in degrees, you can measure in degrees or you can convert into minutes and seconds also. That's your wish.
Okay,
If
sir.
he mentioned, if he mentioned, then you can. Yeah, next one, fifth one. A circle of diameter 40 centimeter. A circle of diameter. A circle of diameter 40 centimeter. And length of the chord is 20 centimeter. Find the length of the minor arc of the chord. What is the minor arc, major arc, guys? What is a minor arc, major arc?
Sir, minor arc is the distance between the two ends of the chord in a smaller region.
Yeah, the chord will decides the circle into segment is different, arc is different. In this case, I can say this is your minor arc. When it comes to segment, this is segment, correct? Segment wise, this is the segment. Arc wise means you have to join the end of the chords to the circle like this is. This is the chord, join end of this, and this is dividing into two. The perimeter is dividing into two parts. So perimeter wise, if I am dividing, this is one arc, this is another arc, correct? He's asking
Sir,
find.
arc is nothing but it is in the boundary of the circle, sir.
Sorry.
Sir, arc is nothing but like on the circumference of the circle, sir.
Correct. See this length, part of the circumference, correct?
Yes, sir.
He's asking minor arc. He's asking length of the minor arc means he's asking you to calculate PQ. I can say PXQ. How to calculate this one, guys? How to calculate?
Sir, we can use the length of the arc formula.
Any
L
other?
is equal to r theta.
Sorry.
L is equal to r theta.
Sir, theta is 60 degrees because it's a equilateral triangle.
Equilateral triangle.
Equilateral triangle, sir.
This chord length is 20 and radius of the circle is also 20, 20. Then the chord is making a equilateral triangle with respect to center. So angle subtended at the center is 60 degrees, where it is equal to pi by 3 radians. So length of the arc is equal to 20 into pi by 3 radians. So this is how much? 20 into 22 by 7 into 1 by 3. So what is the length of the arc approximately?
20 point something, sir.
Is it 20 point something? How much? It is
20.93, sir.
20.93 centimeter. 3.141 by 3. 3 ones. 1.047. 2 into 1.047. So 1.047. 2.094. Yes. 20.93 is right answer. Remember the next question, guys. Sixth question. If in two circles arcs of the same length, there is one arc OAXB subtended an angle 60 degrees and whose radius is R1. There is another circle whose 75 degrees, the length is PYB of radius R2 and subtended 75 degrees at the center. He is saying this length of the arc is L1, this length of the arc is L2. If L1 is equal to L2, find the ratio of R1 is equal to R2. We know L is equal to R theta. So
R is equal to L by
theta is
theta.
equal to constant. Sorry guys, somebody is saying something.
Sir, we can use like R is equal to L by theta and we can cancel out.
Yes, R1 theta 1 is equal to R2 theta, which is in the same ratio. Both are equal because L is equal to constant here. So L1 is equal to L2 is constant. So from here I can write, I want to calculate
Convert to radians, sir.
that is equal to theta 2 by theta 1. Theta 2 by theta 1 is 75 by
Pi by 4.
how much?
Pi by 4, sir.
Pi by 4. So R1 is to R2 is equal to 5 is to 4. This is the final answer. Find the angle in radian through the pendulum swings if its length is 75 centimeter and the tip describes an arc length. That means they gave the radius. If it is arc length is 10 centimeter, what is the angle? If the arc length is 15 centimeter, what is the angle subtended? If arc length is 21 centimeter, what is the angle subtended? Calculate, guys. This is the
Theta
pendulum.
equal to L by R, sir.
If the arc is subtended 10 centimeter and the radius is 75 centimeter, L is equal to R theta, straight away theta is equal to L by R radians. He's asking radian measure. So what is the first question answer? Theta 1 is
10
equal
by
to how much?
75.
75 by 10. How much?
Sir,
7.
sir, isn't it 10 by 75?
10 by 75, sir. It's 10 by 75.
Theta is equal to L by R. L is 10 by R is fixed here. How much? 10 by 75?
2 by 15.
2 by 15. How much you'll get?
Sir, 0.13.
Sir, we can leave it as fraction also, no, sir?
3. Correct? Or you can keep it in fraction also. 2 by 15
Okay, sir.
radians is fine. Or 0.133 radians. Second question. 15 by 75.
1 by 5, sir.
1 by 5 radians or 0.2.
0.2.
Question number 3. Theta 3.
21 by 7.
75. How much?
0.3.
Sir, 0.3.
3 15s. No, 325s. Am I right? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
7 by 25 radians or how much approximately?
Sir, 0.3.
0.3. Is it 0.3?
Because it comes
0.2,
0.28, sir. So it is 3.
Rounding off it.
0.28 radians or 0.3 radians. Yeah, actually, there is a guidelines in board. You can ask your physics teacher. Mostly it will come in physics. +1 and +2, maximum 2 decimal points you have to round off. Don't make it as a single decimal. That is a general guidelines. Okay. Try to represent the answer in 2 decimal points. If there is no decimal
Sir,
point,
this
in this case, I can able to mention. Here I can't mention because 0.2 is a perfect answer. Here I am getting 0.28 and rounding off is 0.3. But you have to, they will consider accurate answer is 0.28. Yeah. So shall
sir,
we
this
go?
radian measure we should express only in decimal, sir.
Required. There is no particular rule compulsory you have to mention in decimals, compulsory you have to mention in fractions. It's not mandatory. There is no rule, such rule like that. You can mention in any ways. It's not a problem. Okay, shall I go for some other examples?
Yes, sir.
One second. 1 second, guys. Yes, just a minute. Yeah, sorry guys, that's it. We'll move to the next topic. Trigonometric ratios. What is the trigonometric ratios based on your grade 10? Anyone? Anyone can explain? Suppose if I am taking a right angle triangle,
30
I'm taking some different, so many right angle triangles I'm taking. I can see 5 right angle triangles with a common angle. Guys, are you clear what I'm trying to say? So it is right angle at A, BC is the right angle. So based on the right angle, this is right angle for the first triangle, this is the right angle for second triangle, this is right angle for third, fourth, fifth. So I'm getting different triangles here. A, B, C, 1, 1 dash, 2, 2 dash, 3, 3 dash, 4, 4 dash. So I found this strange thing according to different concept of triangles and all. The ratio of two corresponding sides is always common with respect to this angle. Suppose if I am taking opposite side by adjacent side of any triangle, I am getting the ratio is same. So they like this, I can able to set up 6 ratios because 3 sides, 6 ratios I can set up because 3 ratios and reciprocals will be 3 remaining ratios. So these ratios are all fixed or constant for a common angle. That means even if I am taking two triangles separate also, even the angle is same. Theta is equal to theta degrees, here also theta is equal to theta degrees. If I am taking the opposite side, this is called opposite side, which is opposite to angle, which is adjacent to angle is called adjacent side. Here, the side which is opposite to right angle is called hypotenuse. That is the basic definitions of the right angle triangle. These opposite side and adjacent sides are called legs of the right angle triangle. And what they found is if I'm taking the ratio of opposite by hypotenuse in both the triangle, I'm getting the same value. Or if I'm taking opposite side by adjacent for the fixed angle, here also theta is equal to some 10 degrees, here also theta is equal to 10 degrees. So these are the called trigonometric ratios to corresponding angle. Even if I'm taking 100 triangles, also all 100 triangles ratios are same. So these ratios are constant for a fixed angle, common angle. Even if I'm taking some other triangle separately, instead of taking common triangle, even if I'm taking some other triangle separately whose angle is theta, it might be some other lengths. Here it is AB, here it is PQ, here it is RS, O, O dash, O double dash. If I'm taking the ratios of adjacent side by opposite side, here my angle is theta, which is exactly equal to 10 degrees like this. So all the ratios are coming common. These ratios are naming that like that we are started our trigonometric ratios. So what are the trigonometric ratios for a triangle? I am taking a triangle and I am giving the names of this triangle. What are the trigonometric ratios we are having, guys? Anyone? If ABC is a right angle triangle at A, theta is angle at C, my AB which is opposite to theta is known as opposite side. AC which is adjacent to theta is called adjacent side. Two legs of the right angle triangle. The side which is opposite to right angle is known as hypotenuse. First we are going to start with the relation between the three sides of a right angle triangle. According to Pythagoras theorem, the relation between three sides of the triangle is, what is the relation between three sides of the triangle, guys? Here it is, this kind of relation is available only in right angle. Anyone can say what is the relation, guys? Please. Hey guys, these things you know very well. Please, after this we'll move to the trigonometric functions. Why we are discussing the ratios as a function in this chapter, we'll discuss. Guys, answer. Expecting answer. What are the relation between these three sides? Arvind, Raghava, Hamsini. Guys, why became silent? Kirtana, Varshini, please. Nitin, Raghav. Guys, will able to hear what I'm talking?
Sir,
Yes. AB square plus AC square is equal to BC square. What is this formula?
Pythagoras theorem.
Then
Yes,
why
sir.
you are waiting this much of time to give the relation between three sides of a triangle? Then what are the different ratios I can create here? I can create ratios opposite by adjacent side, opposite by hypotenuse,
Hypotenuse.
adjacent by hypotenuse, and reciprocals of each. So each and everything I am giving a name. So according to this, what are the names of these ratios? Guys, what are the names of these ratios? What is the first ratio?
Sin theta.
So
Sin
sin
theta.
theta definition. What is the definition of the sin theta?
Opposite by hypotenuse.
Opposite by hypotenuse.
Opposite side by hypotenuse.
AB by BC.
AB by BC.
BC.
Cos theta.
Adjacent by hypotenuse.
What is the full form of cos theta?
Cosine theta.
Cosine. This is called cosine. Actual form is called cosine theta. Tangent theta, tangent of angle, tan theta. Sine by
AB by
cos.
AC.
Tan full form is tangent actually. So AB by AC.
AC.
So reciprocal of sine, cosecant.
Secant theta.
Short you can write as cosec. Reciprocal of cos, secant. And reciprocal of tan.
Cot theta.
These are the different ratios we discussed in earlier classes. Now, when it comes to grade 11, just when you are upgrading, we will call as the trigonometric functions. When it comes to a relation or ratio, it's just a relation. Relation between theta and some trigonometric definition, sine function or sine relation, cos relation, tan relation. How we can call these are the functions here? What is the condition to make it as a function? Anyone? What is the condition to make it as a function? Guys, please. What is the condition to make this is as a function? When you can call a relation is a function from the previous concept?
Sir, if the element has only one image.
Yes, if the element is having only one image. So let's see whether you are getting the each and every input of theta, each and every real value of the theta, I am getting only one image or multiple images. So to understand this, I want to know the solutions of these ratios at different situations. First of all, how I am calculating sin theta is equal to this much, cos theta is equal to this much. I am taking a circle and where center is at origin of the coordinate axis. Now there is a point which is starting at A. O is the origin and center of the circle starting at A, and after some time it is at P. It completed this much. PA is the length of the arc moved. From here, actually it is moving A to P. Guys, 1 second. See, here the P is moving, guys. This concept is little important to understand the waves in your physics. If you are very little bit conscious here, so many topics you can understand very easily in physics. The point A is moving like this. This is the path traveled by point P from A to P. Now, if I am taking this motion of the particle in 2 dimensions, what is the displacement or distance traveled with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis, guys? Anyone? Guys, please. Anyone? What is the distance traveled with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis?
So are you asking this distance traveled by A?
Yeah, distance traveled by the point P along x-axis and along y-axis. What is this meaning? See, when it is moving like this, when the point is P, with respect to x-axis, the point is moved up to here. And the point is moved on Y up to here. Will you agree with me, guys? Everyone? That's the reason you will get like this. The point is in at a distance of xy now. Are you clear what I'm trying to say, guys? If I'm comparing with the two-dimensional motion, if I'm taking my reference axis is x and y, I don't want to randomly, I'm not calculating distance between P and A. Along x-axis, how much distance it is? Along y-axis, where it is? Along y-axis, it is traveled this much of distance. Along x-axis, it is traveled toward the center this much. Suppose if the distance is x, if this distance is y. So, what is the distance between O and P? Or if I'm taking some other situation on the circle, there is another situation on the circle. Suppose if I'm taking x1 and y1, and when I'm talking here, this is here. This is P dash. This is some other coordinates. See here, along x-axis you are getting x2. Along y-axis I'm getting y2. What is the length of OP1? What is the length of OP2? If I'm taking OP1 triangle, the OP1 triangle is like this, where this distance is y1, this distance is x1, and this is OP. In second case also, if I'm taking, there might be the values of x2, y2 are different. Your OP is always fixed. What you can conclude from here, guys? You can do it. You can conclude one thing here. What is the conclusion? Even the point is at any position on the circle, even the point is at any position on the circle, the displacement from O to P is always constant, correct? That is the definition of the circle. If I am taking the x coordinate and y coordinate square, the sum of the squares of the x coordinate and y coordinate is always constant. That is position of the point x square plus y square is always OP square. If my radius is 1, if it is a unit circle, at any position, the displacement or the displacement along x-axis square and y-axis square is always equal to 1 for a unit circle. For a unit circle. Now, if I am taking a circle like this, this is a proof where we will get sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. At a particular angle, if I am taking, this distance is x, this distance is y, and the radius is 1. Radius is 1. So anyone can define what is the cos theta here, what is the cos theta here, and what is the sin theta here? What is the cos theta and what is the sin theta? Guys?
Cos theta is x by 1,
X by 1, sir.
X by 1. Sin theta is?
y.
Y by 1.
Substitute these values here. What you are getting?
It's very
I am getting sin square theta plus cos square
Cos
theta.
square theta equal to 1.
Now, if this point is completed one more revolution, that means what I am saying, between 0 to 2 pi radians, anywhere, any different points you are getting it. Everywhere the sum of the squares of the sin ratio and cos ratio is fixed. But you are getting each sin ratio, each cos ratio is different lengths based on the positions. Correct? Am I right or wrong? Suppose if I am taking the circle, the sin ratio is explaining its opposite side. Cos ratio is explaining its adjacent side. That is, sine ratio is explaining x coordinate. Cos ratio is explaining, sorry, x coordinate is cos ratio. Y coordinate is sine ratio. Each and every point you are getting different values of x and different values of sine. See here. For first 360 degrees, even if it is rotating second time also, you are getting same values are repeating. That means even my theta value is 360 plus something, I am getting some single value only. I won't get a different value. Suppose if I am taking sine 360 plus 30, 390 degrees. How to calculate 390? It's completed one complete revolution. Again, it is coming up to one point here. So at this point, whatever the 30 degrees angle you are getting, the same ratio you are getting. Might be the angle is different, but you are getting a unique value here. Even if it is completing 10 revolutions and if the point is at this point, suppose it's completed 10 revolutions. So 10 into 2 pi plus pi by 2. So what is this meaning? At pi by 2 means what? Cos pi by 2 means what? Sin pi by 2 means what? Cos pi by 2 and sin pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 means, according to the previous discussion, the cos angle is x displacement by 1. The sin angle is y displacement by 1. The x displacement is how much? 0. That's the reason 0 by 1. Because if you look into the circle, the point reaches exactly at 90 degrees means along the x-axis the point is at 0. Along the y-axis the point is completed exactly equal to radius, that is 1 unit. So when it comes to sin pi by 2, y by 1, that is 1 by 1. So sin pi by 2 is 1. This is one more way of explaining how my cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. Is it clear, guys? Am I confusing too much? In a different way, how we are discussing sine ratios, cos ratios, why it is functions? So here I am getting one and only value for sine and one and only value for cos, even if it is completing 100 times also. For all 100 inputs, that means 90, 360 plus 90, 720 plus 90, like 0 plus pi by 2, 2 pi plus pi by 2, 4 pi plus pi by 2, and 6 pi plus pi by 2. Whatever the angle I am taking, I am getting only one output. This is, in case of sine it is 1, in case of sine it is 1, in case of sine it is 1, in case of sine it is 1. I can say pi by 2, 2 pi plus pi by 2, 4 pi plus pi by 2, 6 pi plus pi by 2. All my mappings are equal to 1 only. Might be common solution, but each and every pre-image having only one and only image. Each and every element of A is having one and only image in B. So then these ratios can be concluded as functions under certain conditions. Sine and cos, the range is and domain we can discuss from here. So that we can discuss using the graph. So from here, just we can conclude why sine cos ratios are functions. Is it clear, guys, why I am concluding sine ratios and cos ratios are functions? Guys, anything confusing too much? Students, please. Is it clear why these ratios I am considering as the functions?
Yes, sir.
Now, I am taking a point P. If the point P is at 0 degrees, what is this value? Sine 0 is equal to, what is according to definition? Y by 1. If the radius is equal to 1 centimeter, 1 unit. So what is the projection on, that is how much distance it is traveled along the y-axis? Along the y-axis, its distance is 0. So it is 0. And it come back again here. Exactly pi radians it's done. When it comes to pi radians, what is a pi radians? What is the displacement along y-axis? If I'm looking only y-axis, when the point is here, it is up to here. When the point is here, it is up to here. When the point is here, when the point is here, again it is coming down. So with respect to only, if I'm referring only with respect to y-axis, this point is oscillating like this. It is starting from here, it is going like this, and it is coming back like this. It is doing an oscillations about a point O. If I'm looking like this, actually the point is rotating in a circle, but it is going like this, again coming back like this, and it is going like this with respect to y-axis. With respect to the x-axis, if I'm looking, the point is started from here, it is going like this, it is coming back like this. This is with respect to x-axis. So if I'm taking after half of the revolution, what is its projection? For 0 degrees, the point is here. And when it comes to 90 degrees, the point is reaching along y-axis up to here. And 180 degrees, again, it is coming back to here. That means with respect to y-axis, the point is at origin only. So 0 by 1, 0 degrees. And if complete revolution, that is sine 2 pi degrees, it is 0. Sine 3 pi degrees, it is 0. Sine 4 pi degrees, that 4 pi radians, it is 0. So I can write sine n pi is 0 where n is an integer. Why I am not taking a natural number? Why I am taking an integer? See, all these things I am explaining with respect to positive rotation, anti-clockwise. Suppose if I am taking anti-clockwise, I am explaining. If I am taking clockwise rotation, sine minus pi, sine minus 2 pi for one complete revolution in anti-clockwise, sine 3 pi, 1.5 revolution in clockwise, sine minus 4 pi, 2 revolution in clockwise. Even if I am taking anti-clockwise half revolution, the y displacement is 0. If I am taking full revolution, the y displacement is 0. Based on that, we can write for n number of values, even infinity number of revolutions, if it completed exactly either one revolution, either half revolution, multiples of one revolutions and multiples of half revolutions, always I'm getting the answer is 0. So this is how we can discuss our argument of different at what are the angles the sine value is repeating again and again. So the sine x is 0 when again it will repeat exactly at half revolution, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, again exactly at one full revolution, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So if I am writing what are the all possible values, suppose if I am saying sine 0 is equal to 0, and again I can say sine 180 is equal to 0, and how many values if it will come like this? Sine theta is equal to 0. According to this function, theta having many values. Theta having many values. Infinity values I can substitute. I can substitute from minus infinity degrees to plus infinity degrees. And what are the possible solutions of the theta? What are the possible solutions of the theta? In radians or in angles? In 10th standard maximum, we will write the solutions of theta immediately between 0 to 90 degrees. But according to this discussion, theta can be possible any value between infinity to minus infinity to plus infinity. So using the previous discussion, the possible values of theta is n pi radians, where n is an integer. That means n is equal to 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, and so on. So these are the possible values of theta here. So how many possible values of theta? Infinity possible values for theta. This is the solution, actual solution of theta. In 10th standard only we will write only one solution. But when it comes to functions concept, if I am introducing the functions in the ratios, you have to write all the possible values from its domain. So what are the possible solutions from the domain? When sine theta is equal to 0, it might be at 0 degrees, or it might be at the end of the half revolution, or it might be at the end of the first revolution. The same thing will repeat in second revolution, third revolution, fourth revolution, fifth revolution also. So irrespective of number of revolutions, in each revolutions where this value is repeating, those values you are picking and you are writing as the writing an equation with the help of section relation. So here theta is n pi, where n is any integer. Is it clear, guys? What is the solution of sin x is equal to 0? When the sine ratio is becoming 0, what are the possible values of x? Or when the sine theta is 0, what are possible values of theta? Is it clear how to argue the solutions of theta with respect to functions concept? Guys, is it clear or too much deep we are going? Kirtana, Madhumita, Shriya, guys, please, Srinidhi, just tell me yes or no or something. Okay, somewhat clear, sir. I have to revise something. Please, Hamsini, Raghav, please respond.
It's fine, sir.
Yeah, next, the same way, anyone can explain what are the possible, if I'm saying cos theta is equal to 0 degrees. What are the possible solutions of theta here? Right? Solutions of theta. Here it doesn't have only one solution. According to your previous concept, based on grade 9, sir, theta is equal to pi by 2. Straight away I can say. What is meant by cos theta is equal to 0? If it is a circle, cos theta is what? If I'm taking at a particular position, the theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. When adjacent side is becoming 0, when the point is at here or when the point is at here. And the point is at the end of the pi by 2 or at the end of the 3 pi by 2 or at the end of the pi plus pi by 2, sorry, 2 pi plus pi by 2 or at the end of 2 pi plus 3 pi by 2 or at the end of 4 pi plus pi by 2, 4 pi plus 3 pi by 2. How you can argue this one? How can collect all these values? At 0 degrees it is 1, but at pi by 2 it is 0. At minus pi by 2 also it is 0. Because when I'm rotating exactly 90 degrees backwards, the x-axis position is 0. The coordinate of x coordinate is 0 here. So it is 0. At 3 pi by 2 it is 0. At minus 3 pi by 2 also it is 0. And again 2 pi plus pi by 2 it is 0. Or minus 2 pi minus pi by 2 is also 0. So how I am writing 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, next 4 pi plus pi by 2. How much I am getting here? Or 2 pi plus 3 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 11 pi by 2. All these values where my cos is 0. Will you agree with me? All these values where my cos is 0. Because in first revolution, you will get at 90 degrees. Again at 3 pi by 2. In second revolution, 360 plus 90 and 360 plus 270. In third revolution, 3 times 360 plus 90 and again 3 times 360 plus 270. All these values where I am getting theta is, cos theta is 0. So how we can write the solution set of cos theta is 0? What is the theta value here? Cos theta is 0. How we can represent this many of infinity values? Theta is equal to, I can write 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n is an integer. Because 2n plus 1, where n is an integer, represents a odd number. See here, all odd multiples of pi by 2, I am getting cos is 0. Odd multiple, whether it is positive or negative, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, I am getting cos theta is 0. Where my theta is, cos theta is 0, then possible solutions of theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n is an integer. This is how now onwards we have to conclude the solutions of the angle. You should not write only one angle. Or if you are writing only one angle, you can mention between 0 to 90, the theta is 90 degrees. That means this is a solution between 0 to 90. If I am extending to 0 to 360, I am getting theta is 90 degrees as well as 270 degrees. Or in terms of radians, pi by 2 radians, 3 pi by 2 radians. So this is how we are to understand this one. We are just linking to the functions concept. But if we move to the higher level of the trigonometry, not beyond the board level, definitely a more functions concept we are going to include to understand in a better way using the graphs. But as of now, to know the solution set only, we will link to the functions concept. The theta is having many values, but each and every value of theta, it is having only one solution. That why it is only one solution? At each and every position of the circle, it will use only one particular combination of x coordinate and y coordinate. You won't get two set of x coordinates, y coordinates. Might be signs will change. Magnitudes are same, but you will get the different signs. This is how we can discuss a trigonometric ratio as a trigonometric functions. All ratios we will call as a functions. And next class, we're going to discuss some numericals based on this. How to calculate the solutions in different angles. If it completes 2 revolutions, 3 revolutions also, how to calculate. Next one is graphs. In the graphs only, we are going to define the range and domain of the trigonometric ratios as the functions. After that, general trigonometric simplification problems. That is almost end of the trigonometry. We will extend to little higher level with some more numericals. Is it clear, guys? Shall I wind up the session? Guys?
So could you show me the sin theta one?
Sin theta solution you are asking?
Yes, sir.
Is this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Rest of the people can leave. If anyone having any notes can stay back, please.
Done, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.